2025 Xiaomi SU7 Ultra car in VR. Hello there everybody and welcome to OpenFed Gaming. I am the OpenFed. Today we're driving a 2025 Xiaomi SU7 Ultra car in a special race called the Xiaomi SU7 Ultra 1 Make. We're doing 5 laps. We started 10th of 10 cars and we started with a rolling start. Now the Xiaomi is a electric car and it drives a little different than the fuel-powered vehicles. I find that when I'm driving it, and I might be doing something wrong, I'm not sure, but I find that it sways a lot from side to side. I also find that you gotta slow down quite a bit before the corners, and so that you don't overshoot them. And it takes quite a bit of space, length on the track before it throttles up to the speed that you want. But if you keep all those things under consideration and you do your best, and don't try to drive too wild or try to win the race in the first lap like the OpenFed used to, you should be okay. It's not a bad car to drive. It's got lots of power, but like I said, it's got a couple of weird ways about it and you just got to adjust to that. Now, with 9 cars to pass and 5 laps to do it in, we should pass a couple of cars every lap, and hopefully that way we will be at the front of the pack near the end of the race. Of course, the ones at the front of the pack go a little bit faster, so it might take you a little bit longer to catch up to those. But we keep pushing on as we're coming around the corner here, and we are finishing, around the next corner down here. And you can see the grandstand, we're finishing our first lap. So even though the laps are decent length, they're going to go by pretty quick because that's one gone already. And I'm not sure, because I usually forget, or I just don't remember to count them, but I'm not sure how many cars we passed. Now, we're in the second lap and we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in front of us. So I'm assuming that 6 cars, that means we passed 3, and I'm assuming that these 6 cars are the only other cars on the track. So, which is kind of nice, because I like to be able to see the competition, because if you don't know where the competition is ahead of you, then you got to push it to the point where you're not really sure if you're pushing it fast enough or too fast, or if you can see your competition, you know where they are. And I can see car number 1, which I believe is car number 1, and we've got 3.5 laps or so to go. So not really a time to get excited, because he's not taking off on us. We're keeping up with the pack, and we're going to see if we can start picking off some of these guys from the back. Now it's not easy to do, especially through these little switchbacks back and forth in these corners. You got to try and squeeze up beside them on the inside if you know the corner's coming. Put your nose in there and then try to squeeze through there like that, and then advance 1 spot, 2 spots, and keep doing that. But I think we're sitting pretty good, because we are almost to the end of the second lap, but we've only got 3 cars left to go and they're all right there in front of us. Now, it isn't easy because it's still difficult to get by them, because as you can see, they zip pretty good and they got the same kind of power you got, so. And there's not always an opportunity to pass them. And that's why it becomes a problem. You got to wait for chances like this where you got a straight section. And normally, when I'm racing in games like this, I can't wait for the straight section, so I try to pass them in the corners, which is not always the best thing to do. Now, if you do want to pass them in the corners, do it this way. Drive over to the side and wait till they slow down for the corner, and then cut them on the inside. Now, it didn't work that time, but we'll get around them, because this guy in the black car here, he's pretty zippy, and the white one and the yellow one in front of us, they keep blocking you out, and they keep zipping away on you, so you can't, every time when you do step on them, when they zip away, you can catch up to them, but you don't seem to have enough power to get by them. So we're just gonna have a little patience, take our time, and wait for the opportunity, because it will come. Now we're in our 3rd lap, so We are probably about halfway through the race at the moment. So still not, which is okay, 2.5 laps left to go, but like I said, we've got all the competition right here in front of us. Now we're going to try and sneak by this third car right up here. This is a really nice corner. Oh, to try and get him on the inside. We had the room. I couldn't quite pull it over far enough, but we still got by him. Well, we got two cars left to go in front of us as we're closing out this third lap already. Just a few more corners, but right over in this part of the track, you really can't pass anybody. I mean, it's really difficult because these cars just don't have the quick uptake, and the little stretches of straight track are just too short. So you stay behind them, and you have a little patience, and then when you come around here to the straight section, and there again it's tough because they zip away the same way that you want to. But if you go a little bit on the inside, like I tried to do the last lap with the black Xiaomi, go a little bit over like this, and they brake by the corner, and you go zipping by them without even trying. And now we are into our fourth lap with one car left to pass. So we can just kind of, enjoy the race, take our time, and when there's an opportunity, see, I tried to power around the outside, just not enough speed, not enough power in the car. So we'll just stick behind him and just follow him for a little while. We don't want to be the pace car anyhow, so if we follow him for this lap, and then in the last lap we'll see if we can find a better place to pass him, unless he goes abnormally slow around one of these corners, because I'm not going to sit behind him just for the sake of sitting behind him, only if he's going to speed. Because you got to remember, if he starts going too slow, the cars behind you will get closer, and the white Xiaomi is right behind you, so you don't really have a lot of room. And if those cars behind you get any closer, you're going to have to find a way to squeeze by this guy, because you don't want them all bunched up around you, especially in that last lap. So we're going to wait and see. When we get around by the grandstand, those cars behind you are still there. We're holding them off okay for now. You see, they're not far away. Keep an eye on the rear view mirror, because if they go zipping by you, and there again too, you got to make sure you drive a clean race now. You can't accidentally drive off the track, because now if you go off the track, by the time you get back on, or if you wait for the game to reset you back onto the track, the other cars will be long gone. And right over here, we've only got one lap left to go. So we're going to try and squeeze by him here and see if we can run the lead for the last lap, and keep an eye on him in the rearview mirror. Now he's still right there behind you by your quarter panel, but as soon as we go around the corner here, we'll leave him behind, because we'll go a little bit faster around the corner than him. That'll give us a little bit of a buffer, and now we just slowly, without overdoing it, because as you can hear the tire squeal when you go around the corner, it doesn't stick to the track quite as nicely as some cars that we've driven, or that we'd like to. But to combat that, you just slow down a little bit and hold on, keep your fingers crossed. We are in the last lap, and we're making our, I keep looking at that rear view mirror, and the distance is getting a little bit longer. So we're getting there slowly. We're creating a little bit of a gap. And the lap is almost done. We're over halfway done in the last lap, so it doesn't look like they're going to catch up and power by us now. As long as we can keep this race looking clean as it is right now, we're going to see that checkered flag. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Even though it wasn't my favorite vehicle to drive, I still had a fun time driving this race, because it takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of different type of driving to get better at driving vehicles that are a little different. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you back at OpenFed Gaming again real soon. Until then, you've been driving in a 2025 Xiaomi SU7 Ultra with me, the OpenFed.